So, the writers really thought they could just do that, huh? They thought that they could just end the comic the way they did, not expect us to be champing at the bit for the next one? Nah, you guys can't do that to me. You can't do that to us. Y'all gotta get back here and give us part 3.
Shut up! Shut up, Antoine!
Shut up!
I'm really getting ahead of myself here. Sorry, y'all. But this comic, I don't know what to say. They just really cooked with this one. So everyone grab a snack while I, SG Wolfie, breaks this one down for y'all. But first, I got bills to pay and a channel to grow, so do your boy a solid and hit the like button and comment down below for the algorithm. Let YouTube know you actually like these videos so it shows them to you in your feed. Without further ado, let's get into Sonic and DC Crossover, Part 2. Brought to you by these patrons. Immediately picking up after the cliffhanger from the last issue, Sonic and Flash are staring down their final boss, Darkseid, who is pulling the ultimate disrespectful move of keeping his back turned to them. Now you see, this right here is where I would turn around and rethink my next course of action. Because if someone is keeping their back turned to you while they know you're there, that means they know something you don't, and you don't want to find out what that is. But our two speedsters aren't backing down and do what they do best, speed blitz him, running down at lightning speed to grab the emerald from his outstretched hand. But remember what I told you about that disrespectful pose he was hitting earlier? Sonic and Flash are about to find out. Darkseid with one hand grabs the Flash by his foot and yeets his ass right into Sonic. Now I need to remind you, this is all happening within the span of like 1 or maybe 2 seconds. Like, if you saw this in real time, it'd be like watching that video where Frieza gets packed up by Trunks. You know the power scalers are watching this battle close and taking notes for future death battle arguments. And just when you think things can't get any worse, Darkseid begins to power up and shoot his signature Omega beams. For those not in the know, these things basically track you and will obliterate just about anything they hit, with only a handful of characters managing to dodge them in the DC universe. And bro, they're dodging them! This is going right on the list of IDW Sonic feats, calling it. With some fast footwork, Sonic and Flash manage to get the beams to hit each other, canceling them out and sending them flying. With Sonic and Flash floored, Darkseid teleports back to his ship, leaving the two to report their failures back to the others. Oh hey, Chaotix cameo. While I'm happy to see them here, I do kinda wish we got to see them do a case with Batman, the world's greatest detective. Shadow and Batman are a great combo, don't get me wrong, but I would love to see a book where he has to interact with a trio of unorthodox detectives. Just imagining how he'd react to Charmy and Vector alone makes me eager to see that. And honestly, I'm also loving the banter between Sonic and the Flash. They just keep messing with each other like brothers, calling each other out on being slower than the other. This has definitely gotta be Wally West, right? This dude is funny. Back at Darkseid's ship, we learn that he is unable to track the rest of the emeralds because they seem to be hiding from the father box. Which is kinda crazy to think about. The emeralds all seem to know what Darkseid is after, and are actively trying to avoid him and his forces. Makes me wonder if they are acting out after what happened to the Master Emerald? With no further patience, Darkseid sends all of his elite warriors down to Mobius to round up the rest of the emeralds while he goes to test the power of the one he just grabbed. Tails and Cyborg are able to track the coordinates of where they are headed, and send the rest of our heroes to retrieve them before Darkseid's forces do. Again, this is a Sonic story. Gotta have a race for the emeralds somewhere in there. Sonic actively calling out Flash's speed because it's measurable is wild. Nah, I love these interactions. Sonic and Flash are just a fun duo. So with our heroes now en route to the Emeralds, the Justice League begin to talk about a contingency plan of what they're gonna do if they aren't able to stop Darkseid in time. I like that despite their hopeful and positive attitude, they're also realist about the situation. If they aren't able to stop them, they openly state that they'll have to rely on their new friends. Is that foreshadowing I smell? Fast forwarding, the Sonic heroes in the Justice League all have their run-ins with the various members of Darkseid's elite forces, such as Lashina, Mantis, Kalibak, oh, and I know this one, Steppenwolf. By the way, I love that in this page of John Stewart and Silver fighting Mantis, Silver is casually about to commit murder with a giant ship. Can you imagine getting sneaked by a massive airship from behind?
What?
It's no use! Meanwhile, Kalibak is back for a third round, and I'm like, dude, you've already taken double L's from both Knuckles and Superman. In fact, how are you still standing after Superman dunked you through the earth? This son of a bitch is strong. Steppenwolf has the unfortunate luck of running into Shadow and Batman, And unlike the other heroes, these two have no issues using less than traditional heroic methods to take someone down. After using the old tactic of distracting the villain with a minor attack to make them monologue, Shadow jumps in and uses Chaos Control and packs up Steppenwolf. He clearly didn't go to School of Syndrome.
You sly dog! You got me monologuing!
After which, Batman is able to pick up that Shadow was able to freeze time for a bit with his technique. Damn, Batman really is an amazing detective. Just then, a bright light starts to shoot across the entire planet, as Darkseid begins to power up the Ragnarok. And with just one emerald, he's already warping time and space, claiming he could destroy the planet with one, but with all 7 emeralds, entire universes. Now I knew the emeralds were strong, but not this damn strong. You getting all that, power scalers?
Write that down, write that down!
And now time is up, and they all need a way to get to the Ragnarok. That's when everybody's favorite evil genius shows up. Finally, my man Eggman with a master plan, and more importantly, his masterpiece,
The Egg Carrier!
Hey, haven't seen this thing in a minute. Gotta love the fan service in these crossover series. And damn, Eggman, hitting those poses to show off for the new heroes? I respect it. Despite Flash asking Sonic if it's a good idea to trust the good doctor, Sonic knows that while they are all guaranteed mutual destruction, Eggman can actually be a great ally. So with that, our heroes all gather and use the newly acquired Egg Carrier to crash land into the Ragnarok where Darkseid awaits. What's funny is that Wonder Woman states she might stay behind to deal with Eggman once they're done there. Not like that. And for once, I can happily say, and there's no fan art of that now. No, seriously, please don't. Flash is the first to reach Darkseid, and Sonic is quick to join him. Once again, their banter is definitely one of the highlights of this comic. Flash telling Sonic to cope after he says he got lucky is that kind of shit talking I love to see. All of our heroes gather to the point, and much like a Marvel Rivals team when they spot a lone healer, they get to jumping him, using every single one of their powers to subdue Darkseid, giving Shadow enough time to shit talk him as well as using the Chaos Control to grab the emerald and dip.
Are you sure about that?
Or so he thinks. That's when we learn Darkseid has the ability to move through time just like Shadow, knocking everyone out as they continue their desperate struggle to defeat this man. Once their last plan of disabling the dimensional engine fails, it starts to activate and cause a quantum collapse. In other words, the entire planet is about to be destroyed. And just like they said, Batman tells the Justice League to use their contingency plan. Grabbing Sonic and all of his friends, they use Cyborg's boom tube to send our furry heroes away from their world, telling them that they're putting all their faith in them. Please note, Shadow was the only hero that wasn't in the bubble, and actually went back to grab the red emerald before they were all teleported away. It's a small detail in this panel that I think will be a big deal that comes into play later. When Sonic and Co. arrive in the DC universe, they're greeted by Mr. Terrific, who's gonna be in the upcoming Superman movie. Can't wait to see him. Sonic tells them that Cyborg sent them to this Earth, and Tails asks if they can get sent back to their own world. But sadly, Mr. Terrific drops the final bombshell of the comic. There is no world for them to return to. Mobius, Darkseid, and the Justice League are gone. Sonic and his friends are all that's left. That's a hell of a cliffhanger! Like they're all gone? Sonic's world is gone? The insanity to have that happen in this comic is crazy. Not only are the Justice League gone, but so are the Chaotix, Rouge, Cream, Vanilla, Omega, Eggman, Tangle, Whisper, Lanolin, Surge, Kit, and even Big the Cat. We've never had something like this happen in the Sonic universe before. We came real close to the world end with the Metal Virus and the Sonic 06 storyline, but only one of those is remembered by our heroes. I knew Darkseid was crazy strong, but for him to destroy Sonic's world in his second appearance in the comic? Nah, this guy is an Avengers level threat. Or should I say, a Justice League level threat. That dude is wicked strong. And the tease seems to be hinting that Sonic and his crew will be taking up the DC hero mantles while they try to figure out a way back home. So this'll be interesting. I wonder if that means Sonic will be fighting Flash's Rogue Gallery, Amy with Wonder Woman's, and Shadow with Batman's. Dear God, Shadow meeting Joker needs to happen.
Well, I'm the Joker, baby.
I give this comic a 9.3 out of 10. This is just a super fun crossover issue that really picked up and escalated quick, which might be my only gripe with this comic so far. It's moving a bit fast, but I can't say I blame them. they probably only have a certain number of issues they can use before the license deal is up. Looking forward to seeing what happens to our heroes in the next one. And if you want to help me, SG Wolfie, out and get YouTube to show you even more of these, you know what you gotta do. The story continues in part 3, so click this video to see what happens next. Last video's best comment.